Hi, hi, hi. Huh, God is good. God is good. God is good. And so, yeah, tap in, my friends. I just wanted to speak today. I got my guest here. Um, I must say, yeah, man, that's right. Where's our governor? Like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching like Ashley Moody, the Attorney General in Florida. I'm watching all of the politicians in Florida, the delegates and the representatives that are supposed to represent us. They're fighting over the football college championship. Ashley Moody, our attorney general, is fighting over football college championships. And here it is. I've been trying to raise issues and serious health concerns and serious environmental concerns and serious life concerns that's going on at the VA where our veterans are fighting for our veterans. So Ashley Moody, Attorney General, if you want to fight, you know, don't fight about the college football championships. And if you notice, I'm not going to say who's right or wrong because at this point it shouldn't even matter. Our attorney general and so many politicians following her are sitting up talking about the college football championships. Florida State didn't make it. Bama did. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, Ashley Moody, just as I told Ron DeSantis, just as I tried to tell Nikki Fried, these Nikki Fried, who's also running for governor, one of the most hardest people to contact. Our voters need to be aware of these things. Our voters need to be aware of what type of people are running for office and using names and certain offices and for fronts certain administrations for fronts, and the Veterans Administration and caring about the veterans seems to be one of the sensitive ways to touch our veterans. And I can tell you right now, for some of these elected politicians, it's been a big front. I don't know if it's because Donald Trump made a serious issue and about the Veterans Administration and gave the power to the Veterans Administration to fire bad characters. I don't really know if that was it, and that's why some of these politicians won't act. Is that why some of these politicians won't do what they should do? I don't know. But you've been given the power. Ron DeSantis, you've been given the power. You're running for president and you're silent. If you can't protect the veterans in Florida, how can you be president of the United States? You might wonder what I'm talking about. My guess, you're silent. You are silent as Ron DeSantis. I will say, well, I want to get right to the point without trying to be too sarcastic. I've given enough footage. I worked in the VCS canteen, and the circumstances and the conditions in the VCS canteen are horrible. When I say horrible, I mean it's so horrible that if you got any type of integrity, you wouldn't be able to serve the food. And I'm sitting here in the Veterans Administration in a federal building, and I'm saying to myself, the VA has to know about this. I mean, they got to know. It's impossible to have these type of conditions and to get away with it. No kitchen in America would be able to operate in these conditions without being shut down. I, let me go. Let me take that a little bit further. For my friends on TikTok, you might look at me and I think that's the Grinch, because that is what they treat our veterans like. They treat us like animals. So I'm speaking as a animal, but no, literally, I'll take it further. There are prisons that operate their kitchens better than the VCS canteen is operating this kitchen, serving our veterans sometimes raw food. You might wonder how or why they're serving it like that, and that's because they don't have a stove. They don't have a stove, so they come up with barbaric ways to bring this food up to temperature, and it oftentimes does not work. It got to the point to where I appreciate the love. It gets to the point to where you try to raise the awareness and you try to say something about it, and you realize your job is on the line. And so you go through these processes that I'm looking for Aaron Brockovich all day. I'm trying to pull an Aaron, and I started, and not because I'm trying to get some money, but because I can't, in good conscience, serve these veterans raw food when I'm looking at the food being raw. When I'm understanding that we lost our stove because of mold conditions, we lost our gas. And so when you lose your gas, you lose your hot water. So I'm looking at dishes being reused without being washed. I'm looking at utensils being reused without being washed. And I'm filming this stuff and I'm taking pictures. And then I start trying to do OSHA reports and, doing my best not to play a part of the evil negligence that I'm watching. And it went from, the directors and management on down. Me, I'm learning a tough thing about the federal government. And I'm learning that, you know, this is part of what Trump was talking about. And it just so stands that being that it's Trump, so many people don't want to acknowledge it. So many people don't want to speak about it. And so many people always turn, it's almost like the border situation. Since Trump made the border decent, uh, Biden went directly in to make it weak. And so Trump gave a certain power to the federal government to get rid of bad actors and bad characters like the VCS canteen, like some of the directors in the VCS canteen, in this particular VCS canteen in Bay Pines, Florida. He gave them the power. So Ron DeSantis, you shouldn't sit on your hands and say, well, since Trump did it, I'm not going to act. I wrote special counsel. I wrote the attorney general. I met the inspector general. What does it take for a person not to come check on me and give me some type of case, but to go in there and say, this canteen cannot go on making a dollar, risking the health and the lives of a veterans. That's all. And then, we could come back and check on my situation later. But every day this canteen is open. These managers and directors are que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. They don't give a, you know. And so I watched it. I got to the point to where OSHA didn't respond, whistleblowers didn't respond. Next thing you know, I'm fired. And I didn't really care, to be honest. Never had a write up. But somehow, when you try to bring the awareness of what's going on instead of the right people doing the right things, you know what they do? They warn the management that you're trying to actually be on the veteran side. So some type of way, my OSHA report got out, and I got fired. I don't mind. I will say, Congresswoman Anna Luna Paulina, or I probably said that wrong, Anna Paulina Luna. She has responded. And that is what our voters need to be aware of. Our voters need to be aware of lazy politicians getting in there, taking our votes, doing nothing with the power, doing nothing for the people, absolutely looking down on the people. Once they get your vote, they don't care. They're gone. We need to make ourselves accountable, hold ourselves accountable by holding those people elected accountable. We can't cry about the conditions that we're in when we vote for the same stuff. So I'm simply saying the VCS canteen in Bay Pines, Florida, every day is uh, operating in negligence. No kitchen in America would be able to operate that way, so they shouldn't be able to either. I appreciate Congresswoman Luna Paulina, Anna Paulina Luna, and I will say, Ron DeSantis, you have failed, and I hope the voters. I'm gonna do my best to let the voters know. If you don't care about the veterans, there's no way you can be president. Uh, Nikki Freed, you need to make yourself more available if you expect people to vote for you. If you have a loved one, or if you're a veteran, or if you have a loved one who's a veteran that works out at the VA, and may visit that canteen, be aware. Be aware that they don't have the proper things to function as a proper kitchen. And I'm positive that some older veterans have gotten sick and they blamed it on old age. We need to act as people, spread this awareness if you can. It also turns out that Yeah, so we gotta keep doing what we can do to bring about that awareness and to keep pushing this thing, make it a federal situation. It's already a federal situation, but obviously it has to get bigger than that. And the only way to do that is the people. And I've learned that, I'm not a big guy on TikTok. I'm not a big guy on YouTube. I'm not a huge social media guy, so I'm trying. But I do understand the power of media, and I do understand the power of the people behind the media. I appreciate you, Marcus. And hopefully you got somebody you can share that too. But more than anything, if you're in this area, uh, that canteen is serious. And I've been doing my best to upload videos to show the stuff that I've taken, to show the pictures and the videos. And I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't do it no longer. It's a good thing they did. I'm not gonna say it's a good thing, but before I did get fired, it's obviously that I was doing my best to raise this awareness. So some of the reports I made will actually help me out. But more than anything, on an everyday basis, this canteen should not be able to operate, just like no other canteen in America or food kitchen in America would be able to operate um, in those conditions. That's the VCS canteen in Bay Pines, Florida. There it is, Ron DeSantis. You heard it. The people, the voters need to hold these people accountable. That's all. Because if we don't hold them accountable, I mean, especially when we got characters like this running for president, you know, something like this shouldn't be something that's ignored. I respect and I appreciate the way um, Anna Paulina Luna reached out. I'm definitely butchering her name, but that's a congresswoman in Florida, and she's definitely earning her keep. And when I look at how hard it is to contact some people like Byron Donalds, another, the main reason why I contacted Ron DeSantis is because he's a veteran. Not only is he the governor, but he is a veteran, and that's something that he loves to flaunt. And it's so ridiculous that all of these people feel so comfortable, veterans that putting on their uniform and holding these prestigious positions that has something to do with claiming that titleship of veteranship. A veteran this, or served as a veteran, or I did this as this, a Marine, or you know, but when it comes down to it, you would think that they still care about the veterans, but I'm not finding that. So I'm contacting all elected veterans, letting them know what's going on in that canteen, and hopefully somebody will care, and along the way help me in my personal situation. That what happened, trying to spread this awareness about the veterans canteen. Thank you. Peace out. God is good all the time, and all we can do is use our voices to fight. Crown Dion, I'm out. Boom.